Welcome to the news at 6. The future of two iconic Boise swimming pools is still up in the air, but their history is now secure.
If you've ever been in Boise South or Lowell pools, you can now say you went swimming in a piece of Boise history. The two pools just got listed in the National Register of Historic Places.
News Channel 7's Jude Binkley is live at Lowell Pool, and he talked to people in the know about what makes these places so special. Jude?
Well, Doug, the doors here at Lowell Pool as well as South Pool have been locked since 2020, and we don't know when or if they'll reopen. Now, earlier this week, they were added to the National Register of Historic Places. It's one of the ways the community is trying to protect and reopen these now historic pools. Take a look. The Idaho State Preservation Office coordinates the National Register nominations for Idaho. To be listed, a site must be significant and retain its original look. The nominations were brought forward through a grassroots effort.
The National Register program is honorific, so it doesn't come with any sort of restriction to the property owner. There's no decision making that is done or forced upon the property owner by National Register listing. I think the reason the neighborhood advocates worked to write these nominations and have the pools listed was because they thought, I hope rightfully, that there would be additional recognition that the pools would receive.
The pools were built in 1953. They have a unique above-ground design patented by an engineer named Wesley Bintz. The design was used in 100 pools across the country, but now there are only 12 of those pools left. The unique design is one of the crutches when it comes to reopening the pools. When they closed in 2020, Boise Public Works found that the pools have several code violations against accessibility standards.
Whether the registration occurs or didn't occur, I think the mayor and city council still look at those pools as what is practical, what's reasonable, and what makes the most sense from a financial perspective, as well as also a community perspective for our citizens.
The city has two options for bringing the pools back. Either bring them up to code and reopen them, or build something new. The problem is funding. They say both options would cost millions, but are around the same price.
We were pretty certain those options were going to be far beyond the resources we had available. So we wanted to be very upfront to the community and make sure that as we went through the process that we believe we needed to do that, but also with the expectation that funding is going to be an issue when you take the two pools and the priority of the pools.
The city has had community engagement sessions where they've spoken with the public about what to do. They say most people would like to keep the pools.
They anchor these neighborhoods, and they have done for now, 70 years. So there's a value here that exceeds simply the budgetary constraints of the city or ideas about public recreation.
Now, the city's budget and money is the biggest problem before any more progress can be made. Now, if they were to get this pool back open, they'd have to add an elevator and expand the deck to make it more accessible. Now, they're expecting to get some more specific figures in the next couple of weeks, but until then, those doors will remain locked.
Yes, they will, Jude. Thank you. And also, we want to note that there's been no discussion from the city about either of the pools being completely removed.